Oh, good morning. We just climbed a really big mountain. A little bit out of breath. We was on the other side and we heard a turkey gobble like 800, 900 yards away. So we got up here as quick as we can. Now we're just listening again. If he gobbles again, from where we're at now, we should be able to pinpoint exactly where he's at.
I hope he's not back that way.
I hope he's not back that way. So, we're gonna listen for a while and see what we can come up with.
He's down in that bottom. Sounds like he's just going back and forth. I'm gonna try to crawl up there. You just stay right there and film. Yeah, just stay right there.
seen that road bending back around, and I remembered it coming up right here. I said, if we get back down this ridge, we can get in front of them. And we stopped and called, and immediately, I thought there was only one. Colton was sitting back on the ridge about 40 yards behind me, and he said he had another one walk up the ridge about 6 yards from him, turn around and walk off. I never heard him. And then sure enough, we get up here and 2 turkeys gobbled, so they met back up down here. Oh man. Well, it was a pretty eventful morning. Hunted a piece of property I've never turkey hunted before. We deer hunted it a couple times, but we crossed the creek, got onto some state property, and we walked that ridge all the way to where it turns from pine thicket to hardwoods, and it ridged off into a creek bottom. And I called, I thought what was one turkey gobble back, so we set up on him. And the way the road is up there, it kind of tapers off from the ridge top down into the bottom, so he worked his way across the bottom and got on that road, and I thought he was going to come up to me, and he never did. So I scooted forward about, I want to say maybe another 20 yards where I could peek down that road, and then I don't know if it was him or the other turkey that I didn't know was there, but he was strutting in the middle of the road right at about 35 yards, but I had a bunch of saplings going across the road right in my shooting lane, and I just wasn't comfortable taking a shot. Didn't want to wound the bird or miss completely, so he ended up seeing something he didn't like, so he turned, walked around that road, and then he quit gobbling. And I met back up with my buddy Colton back at the top of the ridge, and he informed me that I had another turkey walk right up my back pocket, and I didn't even know it. So we got back on the ridge top, and we walked a big circle and pretty much got in front of the turkeys. And as soon as we got to where the road met back up to the ridge on the opposite side, I called, and they immediately gobbled. And you could tell the difference in the gobbles. Like, they were interested at first, the first time we heard them, but this time they were coming. You could tell them when they'd gobble, every time they gobbled, they were closer and closer, and then you could hear the footsteps. And they were 2, so they kind of split like this, and I didn't know which one was coming first, so I was swapping from one side to the other, back and forth, and he finally poked his head over the wrong ridge, and that's where he ended up at. So it's just so much fun. I love it.